Alright guys, the day has come and it's time to test Kurosa. Alright guys, it is finally time to test Kurosa. I finally got her built after like 2 weeks after pulling her or something. I was waiting for CVC to craft some lethal gear, but it's time, boys. But before that, I got 3 Mortal Soul Stones, right? Might as well open these on camera, because the first time I didn't open them on camera, I got a 5-star Marius. So, we gotta open them on camera, right? Can't do that shit again. Classic YouTuber mistake. Guys, I opened something off camera and I got something good. So we gotta do it on camera. Come on, blue. Okay. I wasn't saying come on, blue. I was saying come on, and then I saw there was a blue. There you go, little. Okay, 3 blues. Alright. I'm gonna open the rest of these off camera. Alright. I'm gonna open everything off camera because that's the only time I get good shit. No, I'm just kidding. We'll take it, boys. It be what it be. It's only 3 stones, but it was worth a try. But that is not what you guys are here for, right? We're here to look at Kurosa. Let's take a look at her kit, because I think she has some issues with her kit. And I think you guys will see what I'm saying pretty quickly. Alright, so if we go look at her kit, boys, I think, honestly, she was, like, meant to be a boss. And when I say that, I mean, they, like, designed this champion as a boss, and then said, oh, let's make this a champion, instead of the other way around. And there's a couple things in her kit that make me think that. And it's all in her first form, alright? So the A1... attacks all enemies, heals all allies. The value of the heal is proportional to this champion's attack. Solid. Nothing wrong with that. I ain't got nothing wrong with that A1. A2 removes all debuffs from all allies, then places an increased attack and a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns. The value of the shield is proportional to this champion's attack. Seems like a decent shield. I don't think it's like the best shield in the game by any means, but it seems like a decent shield. Now here's where the problems and the counter synergy kind of arrives. It's going to be with this passive and with this A3, alright? So this A3 places a taunt buff and a 25% fortify buff on this champion for 2 turns. Also places an unkillable buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. Now I'm sure some of you more seasoned players already see the problem here, but this is an attack champion. She puts taunt and fortify on herself. Fortify, by the way, I believe if it's a 25% fortify, you take 25% less defense ignore. So let's say the champion has 50% defense ignore in their kit. I believe you're only taking 25%. Right, so instead of getting hit by like 2 savage sets, it's only 1 savage set. Like, we can actually check that. Reduces any enemy ignore defense effects by 15 or 25%. So she has the big version, right? I'd hope so, because she's a mythical. She's got the big version, so she takes 25% less ignore defense. But that, paired with the taunt, is not enough to keep an attack champion alive. Also, her putting unkillable on the entire team except for herself is also going to be a problem in just a second. She's also got the standard metamorph, right? Nothing crazy. And then passive effect receives 15% less damage for each alive ally. That does help her stay alive a little bit. But when you're an attack squishy champion with no HP and no defense, this isn't going to save you from a well-built nuker. Might save you from a lucky crit from a support, right? I know all of us have had our Arbiter or our Siffy or Duchess or somebody land like a lucky crit and hit like 5 or 6k, and you're like, whoa, Duchess just got the kill. So this will protect her probably from shit like that. But any well-built damage dealer will punch through this just fine. Instantly transforms this champion into their alternate form whenever their last living ally is killed. Now, do you guys see the problem? Does anybody see the problem? Because I see the problem. She will be the first one killed. Alright? She is not going to be the last one killed. She'll be the first one killed. And the reason for that, and this is in 99% of scenarios actually, if the enemy team has ignore unkillable, maybe she's the last alive. But if she puts unkillable on her whole team, she's going to be the first one to die. She's the only one without unkillable. She won't be the last one to die, far from it. She's the first to die. That feels like a kind of a problem with the kit. She also has no survivability mechanic. Not like a Siegfried, not like a Nice, not like a Galther. There's nothing stopping you from just one-shotting this chick. She does have the passive where she receives less damage for each alive ally, but it is not a block damage, an HP balance, an unkillable, a survive on 1 HP, placing a stone skin. It's nothing like that. This is far from a great survivability passive. This will not keep her alive, especially if you use this A3. If you use this A3, you can pretty much kiss this active effect goodbye. You're not going to be the last alive. So this is where I think she was designed more as a boss than a champion, right? Because this A3, when you're a boss, is fine. You've got millions of health. You've got 4 or 5 million health. Hell yeah, put taunt on me. You motherfuckers can hit me all day. Alright, I'm keeping my demon spawn team alive, I'm good. So this isn't a problem when you've got 5 million health. And this passive as well, I think, was designed more for a boss. Her stats will be much higher as a boss, meaning her defense and HP, so this damage reduction will be a lot more effective because she's got just a higher defense being level 300 or whatever. And then because all of her allies are just her little adds, her little supports, they've got way less HP than she does. So she is far more likely to be the last one alive, even if she places unkillable, right? Because she's got so much HP, this unkillable is only 2 turns. Like, you might be able to strip this off the adds or kill the adds, and then she transforms. When you've got 5 million health, a lot more likely to be the last living ally, right? And 5 million is a made-up number. I don't know exactly how much the boss has, but it is in the millions. So when you're a boss, this kit is fantastic. Alright, fantastic kit if you're a boss. So that's what makes me think she was designed more as a boss than an actual champion, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm hoping after the event dungeon goes away, they maybe tweak this a little bit. And if we swap forms, I think her form 2 is actually more well designed than her form 1 by a long shot. Her form 2 actually feels like maybe they kind of designed this to be a champion and not a boss. The A1 attacks one enemy 3 times. If this attack kills an enemy, deals pure damage to all other enemies. If other enemies are not bosses or minions, the amount of pure damage dealt is equal to 30% of the initial target's max HP. If the other enemies are bosses or minions, the pure damage dealt is equal to 10% of their max HP instead. This attack cannot be critical. That's fine. It's a good A1. I got nothing wrong with a triple hitter. Got nothing wrong with this A1. Is it the best A1 in the game? No. Is it good? I'd say so. This A2, my opinion, is really good as well. Attacks all enemies before attacking, steals all buffs from all enemies. Targets whose attack is lower than this champion's attack cannot resist this effect. Pretty nice. I like that. Even in arena, you're probably going to have more attack than the entire team, maybe other than their damage dealer, but their damage dealer also probably isn't going to have resistance, so you still might land your stuff. Also places a 25% weaken debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Again, if you have less attack than her, you can't resist it. Alright, so probably 90% of the time she's taking all your buffs and putting a weaken on you and then smacking you. Pretty nice. I do like this. This is a really good A2 in my opinion. The A3 is kind of interesting, and I don't think you should build around this A3, in my opinion. Places a 15% shatter buff and a 30% increased crit rate buff on this champion for 3 turns. Let's stop right there. Shatter increases your ignore defense effect. So if I've got lethal on this champion, 25% ignore defense, plus the shatter is 40% ignore defense. Not too shabby. And then increased crit rate, obviously, I don't think I have to explain that, but I will. You're going to get 30% more crit rate, allowing you to maybe build this champion with 70% crit rate if you want to use this skill, but we'll get back to that in a second. And then places a true fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. Targets whose attack is equal to or lower than this champion's attack cannot resist this effect. Grants an extra turn. So in theory, you could open with this A3 if you only have like 70% crit rate. You get an increased crit rate buff, so you're up to 100%. And you have shatter, so you're doing more ignore defense, more damage. Then you smack with the A2. Alright, that can be very powerful. But there's a little bit of a problem with this A3. It's not Kurosa's fault, it is the fault of the meta. I personally would just build her with 100% crit rate. Forget the shatter and the increased crit rate. Just forget about that. Don't risk it, alright? Because if you swap forms and use this ability, you're risking getting wanded. And that is not good. As well as, if you had increased attack in the previous form, it will fall off. Unless it was like a 3-turn increased attack, then you would be fine if you have a 3-turn increased attack. But at that point, you're relying on masteries from like an Arbiter or something like that, right? So if it's just a 2-turn increased attack, you're going to lose that. Because this grants an extra turn as well. By the time you metamorph, use A3, and then go A2, increased attack is gone. You've replaced it with the shatter and increased crit rate. So yeah, really the big downside of this skill, and again, not her fault of the meta, is all those damn wands out there, guys. You're placing True Fear on the entire team. Do you really think that one of them isn't going to wand this back to you, and now you're playing the 50-50 game? My favorite game in Raid Shadow Legends, the 50-50 game. I love it. 50-50 wand, 50-50 stone skin, 50-50 fear. It's so much fun. So much fun. Alright, so do you really want to play that game? I mean, it's probably going to get reflected. So if it were me, I'd go 100% crit rate. You can definitely use this, to cycle through skills, but I wouldn't open with it. I would open with the A2. That's just me, though. You do what you want. If you are fighting somebody way stronger than you and you need just a RNG blessing and you're like, this is my only shot, go for it, all right? Risk it for the biscuit. But in my opinion, just A2. It's not worth the risk. Build 100% crit rate. Honestly, I think you want 100% crit rate anyway because her A1 on her first form does seem to hit okay. Not amazing, but you can definitely kill some squishy guys with it, I would say. I haven't done crazy testing on it yet. Alright, normal metamorph, nothing crazy there. Attack in all battles by 35%, and then this passive. This passive is, I'd say it's a pretty decent passive. But again, what's the chance she'll be the last living person on the team? Now this passive, I think this passive is pretty decent. Deals 15% more damage for each dead ally. Each critical hit boosts the shaman's turn meter by 10% for each dead ally. This allows her to go through turns pretty damn quickly. Like, that's a good bit of turn meter. I mean, even in live arena, that's 30% turn meter, or any 4-person game mode. 30% turn meter if your whole team's dead. That's pretty nice. And then an additional 45% more damage. Not too bad either. And again, that's in 4-person content. If it's 5 people, you can do 60% more damage. That's quite a bit more. Pretty nice. But again, how often will you be the last one alive or have lots of dead allies? There's nothing keeping you alive in the first form. In fact, I'd argue the opposite. There's things in there keeping your allies alive, but there's not much that's keeping you alive. So how often is this passive going to come into play? Let's take a look at the reviews. 66 reviews. Okay. So I've rated her 4-star in Arena Offense. I just wanted to do a little rating, but I don't think I can undo that. But whatever. Faction Wars 3.8. I think any mythical's a 5 in Faction Wars. Hydra, I wouldn't know. Haven't tested her there. Arena Defense. Okay, so people are not seeming to like her, man. There's really no area that she stands out as far as I can see. No, nothing that's like, 5 stars. I guess Arena Offense is her best. That's where she's best in, according to the people that have her. 66 of us. All right, let's go. Let's take a look at the build and let's go test her out. All right, guys. So this is the build. I recognize this is nothing insane. This is the best I got, though, man. This is the best I got. I think she needs Stone Skin. Otherwise, she's just going to get one-tapped and rest in peace. Nice knowing you. So I think she needs the Stone Skin. Slayer's there for the crit rate also because it was like the best amulet I had. And then, oh, there's Lethal. Also, where's Lethal? It's right there in the middle. And then Lethal. My attack is quite low. I was hoping to get like 6 or 7k, to be honest with you. Did not quite get that. We'll take a look at the actual individual pieces as well and see where the problems lie. No blessing as well, but not to, you wouldn't expect that on a new champion, right? 44k HP, I guess closer to 45, so not very survivable, right? 5400 attack. This is a little low, man. It's a little low, maybe even a lot low. Like 7,000 would be really nice. Even 6,000, 6,500, I would take that over this. This is a little too low for my liking, but it's the best I could do. Defense 2,500, that's okay, whatever. 240 speed, a little slow, definitely a little slow. Crit rate 104, that's fine. 310% crit damage. Crit damage is good. Crit damage is, we don't need no more of that. I think we're chilling on that. I went through my pieces. I couldn't really trade crit damage for attack anywhere. Like, she's really in some of my best lethal gear. And the stone skin pieces as well, I just could not trade any crit damage for attack. Like, there was no, I didn't have a good enough stone skin helmet or nothing. So she's in my best damage dealing stone skin helmet as well. So I'm doing what I can with the gear I got, boys. And then res and accuracy, not very important, to be honest with you. But 191 and 134. Let's take a look at the pieces, alright? First of all, this weapon's a juicer. Alright, that took this weapon from my Trunda. I said, Trunda, hand this shit over, alright? Kurosa more important. It's a pretty damn good weapon. I do like that. We've got 6% on the attack. We could roll for higher. Let's see. We could just do this right now. This is like the best weapon on my account. It don't hurt to do this, right? Watch it be 7%. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I knew it, dude. I felt it. On a legendary glyph, too. Give me like an, oh, come on. Come on. Okay, dude. New glyphs? We're gonna stop there. We're gonna stop there, dude. Holy shit. Alright, well, a little bit more attack. What's the attack now? 5436, so that didn't make much of a difference. The helmet right now, this is the helmet. It's not terrible. Crit damage, crit rate, speed, 6-star. Not too shabby. I wish I could change the Ascension on this, but the gloves are gonna be more important, so I'm not even gonna risk it. The shield is pretty good. Apparently, you cannot get attack percent on a shield. I didn't know that. Because I tried that. If you do shield, substats, attack percent, apparently shields can't have attack percent. I didn't know that. I think there's also something that weapons can't have. I think weapons, helmets, and shield all have something they can't have. Is weapons defense percent? Yeah, weapons cannot have defense percent. So that's something new I learned. What is it with helmets? What can they not have? Is it HP percent? Oh, they can't have flat HP because their main stats flat HP. Okay, so I guess only, so weapons can't have defense percent and shields can't have attack percent. Very interesting. Didn't know that. All right, but no, not a bad shield though. Triple crit rate. Triple crit damage. We do have the attack ascension, so I don't think this is a bad shield in my opinion. These gloves are okay, and they're not like amazing, but they're pretty good. These are the best crit damage gloves I've got for her, unless I just want to way over cap her crit rate, which there's no reason to do that. So this is fine for what it is. I do need a better ascension. I will take crit damage, or I will take attack percent. Those two I'll keep. Anything else I'm not really interested in. I prefer attack percent right now because I feel like our crit damage is good, but I would take still crit damage. I'm not going to re-roll a crit damage on a crit damage glove, but crit damage or attack percent, and then I'm done reworking it. Alright, but I just didn't have enough dust to freaking do this. I tried 4 times. I tried, guys. for the video, but I gotta save that energy for the sweet fusion going on right now. This chest piece, this is the best I got, man. I went through my lethal chest piece. This is the best we got. At least it's attack percent with attack percent. We got some speed in there, which is nice. We got lucky with that because obviously you didn't have it as a rare. And then the crit rate. So, I mean, we'll take it. There's a little bit of HP in there as well. There's a lot of bit of HP, actually. But the HP is actually fine because I mean, we could have gotten a flat attack or crit damage. But it's an okay chest piece. It's okay. And then these boots are solid, I'd say. Speed with attack percent ascension, crit rate, crit damage, HP, and attack. It's fine. It's not phenomenal or nothing, but it's decent. So far, I'm definitely losing some damage on these gloves. I need to change the ascension. Now, this ring is the biggest bummer of the kit, boys. This is actually better than the first one I had on her, by the way. So it's a defense ring. I do not have an attack ring in the demon spawn. This was her original ring. You can see there's attack percent down there. But I ended up actually pulling this one yesterday, and I rolled it, and I was like, well, and I ascended it as well. This is the first try on the ascension. I was like, this one's going to give me more attack. Still defense main stat, but it is going to give me more attack. So that's where we are losing a good chunk of attack. I guess if it was maxed out at 16, it'd be 265. But also, it would have to roll some attack percent as well to catch up to that. Actually, we'd be missing a little bit less attack than that, because a ring won't get flat attack on it if it's a flat attack main stat. So we could definitely get like another probably 200 attack just by having an attack ring if the subs about stayed the same, other than the flat attack. The amulet doesn't have any attack on it, but it's still pretty damn good. I mean, crit damage with crit damage in a Slayer set. I mean, it's pretty damn nice. I take that. And the banner, we're also losing some attack in the banner. Do we have any dust to rework this? I do not. No dust to rework that, unfortunately. But we could get some attack there as well. It is only 5-star as well. Double roll speed, though. Actually, triple roll speed, I guess, because it's mythical. So not bad. Could be hard to replace just because of all the speed on it. But unfortunately, there is no attack percent on this, which does suck. So these pieces are not like super duper optimal, but it's the best I got, guys. It's the best I got, man. There's a reason that all my other like damage dealers are in Merciless. You know what I mean? My Secret and my Monkey. Because those are my main two, and my Merciless gear, in my opinion, is much better. Also, Merciless just has so many like additional stats. Like all that shit really adds up more than you think. Relic, we're rocking the Cat's Gaze, boys. I gave her Seekvin's old Cat's Gaze. Pretty damn nice. Gonna give her some more ignored defense. Gonna give her some more crit damage, more attack. Really doing the best we can. I got no gem that can go right here, right now. That's worth the shit, so we'll just chill on that. But it's not gonna hurt her really at all, not having that gem. Skills are fully booked, boy. She's fully booked. Your boy invested, alright? I ain't playing around today. So fully booked, Form 1, and fully booked, Form 2. Alright, we don't fuck around. Alright, I'm giving you guys a legit test. I'm doing my best, man. I'm doing my best. Of course, we could bounce Seekvin's gear to her, but at that point, that's just a damage test. I don't think you can use her in Merciless in Arena like you can a Seekvin or a Wukong. She definitely needs a stone skin like any other squishy nuker. And then here's the masteries. Alright, I'm not gonna... Actually, I'll pull them up on the screen because my fat ass head's blocking them. Here is the masteries. I don't think I need to explain any of these. You guys could see them. If you disagree with any of them, let me know. But if you got her, you know, you could copy my masteries if you like, or use them for some inspiration. But I definitely recommend just reading masteries and, you know, figuring out what you like best. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I kind of go through them every little time, and at this point, I remember a lot of them, but I still kind of double check, you know. All right, boys, let's go do a little bit of damage testing. Let's test it out a little bit, man. Let's do some testing. I'm not gonna be testing in Dragon, all right? Not like all these other YouTubers that get all this free energy from the content creator program, right? My energy is valuable. We're gonna test this in Doom Tower. I'm honestly not sure why they don't test it in Doom Tower either, because it's free. It's free to test in Doom Tower. We're not gonna like super duper compare her to Seekvin, because Seekvin's build is a lot better. In fact, I'll just show that real quickly. But I do want to see what Seekvin's doing so we get an idea of how much she compares to him. Even though I said I wasn't gonna compare them. Again, the builds run the exact same. Here's Seekvin's stats, alright? Here's all of his stats. Boom. There's the relic, skills, masteries. There you go, bada bing, bada boom. Alright, so I'm curious what Seekvin does, and I'm curious what she does. And we'll try her with dead allies, and we'll try her with alive allies. Or, I guess, no allies as well. Alright, so let's test out Seekvin. Let's just see. Let's get like 2 or 3 tries of Seekvin. See what he's doing so we get an idea. Like, is Kurosa even close? Again, the builds are not at all similar. Seekvin, my boy. Don't be one shot in the wave on me. Okay. I think that was like 174,000. Start with the A1. What you got for a Seekvin? 68k on a double hitter. Okay. Not too shabby. We'll test the A1 again. 55k on a double hitter. Okay. Somewhere in that ballpark. Let's go with the A2. What's that going to do for us? 129, 153. Okay. We're going to test everything twice. A2 again. 156, 162. Okay, 105. So there's some variation there. About 150 on the A2. Okay. And then the A3. Boom. We got here, boom, 313, and then 1.4 million, 1 million. We could say like 1.2. We'll have to get our skills back. Test A1 again. Again, yeah, A1's hitting about where we're expecting it again. 73, so that's the highest hit we've seen on that. And again, Secret is ignoring 100% of defense with this A3 because of how I have him built. Right, don't weak hit. 275. 1 million, 1 million. So it seems like a million is pretty fair. Maybe 1.2, because we did hit for 1.5 earlier. Do we hit somebody here? We got a 205 right there. But I think we'll still keep it at about 150. I think is pretty fair. So let's say 60k on a double hitter A1, so 120k, 150k on the A2, and then about 300,000 on the first hit of the A3, and then about 1 to 1.2 million on that last hit, which is, I mean, that's insane. All right, so we're not really expecting her to hit in the millions. But I'm curious if the A1s and A2s are even comparable. All right, let's throw Kurosa in there. First, let's just test her by herself. Let's see what she can do. Again, builds are way different, but I just want to get an idea. Does she even come close to Secret, given that her build is a lot weaker? And I think, you know, her build is going to be a lot weaker no matter how you build her, because you're probably going to want Stone Skin on her, right? So no matter what, if the gear is about the same, a Stone Skin lethal build is not going to beat a 9-piece Merciless build. There's just no way. You don't get all those extra damage dealing stats through the 4-piece Stone Skin. And then the lethal only gives you 25% ignore and 10% crit rate, whereas 9-piece Merciless gives you all kinds of damage stats. Alright, and this is both them without increased attack, without drop defense, any of that shit. Alright, so A1. Let's see, 62, 68, that's probably about 60 as well, but it isn't a double hitter, instead it is an AoE. So you're trading, you know, hitting somebody for 120, and now you're hitting everybody for 60 is what it seems like. Do it again. I want like 2 tests of everything. 78, 48, 83, so I'd say it kind of averages around 60. I think there was like 2 that were about 60k. And then let us swap forms. And this is with no dead allies. But actually, the dead allies was only in form 2. So she wouldn't do any more damage with dead allies in form 1. That's probably about the limit of her A1 given my build. We will test her with dead allies as well. Let's test the A1 here. What are we going to hit for? 33k. And it's a triple hitter. And then 10k. Well, that is based on enemy max HP though. So I don't know you can really judge the second hit because it is based on enemy max HP. But 33k, let's test it again. 32k, so yeah, I mean 33, 32 is about where it's hitting, it seems like. We'll test it one more time. There seems to be some weird glitch where the game kind of slows down after you use that A1. It's weird. That is a triple hitter, so that's up to like 90k, about 100k actually. Let's see. Same thing again. 26k there. Okay, so probably bring the average down to about just a 30 clean. Let's see, what are we gonna hit for here? Back up to 32 though. Okay, so maybe 32 is still more average. We did have 2 32s, a 33, and a 26, so about 100k on that A1. And again, with no buffs, no debuffs, no none of that. Okay, let's go back through again. Let's test her second form, the other skills, and then we'll bring in some dead allies. Can't say I'm disappointed with the A1s. The A1s, I think, are decent. I'm not disappointed by the A1s. I'm curious, should we use this as well? Yeah, let's use this. Well, actually, no. Let's just do the A2, because I don't really think you're going to use this in Arena a lot. If you're a higher-end player, you're just going to get wanded. Let's just do the A2. We will test them out together as well, though, but not with this try. Okay, let's see how much we're hitting for. 100k, 125k, 110. There's like 112 there as well. Say about 110 seems pretty average. Did decrease some cooldowns, too. It must have been through our masteries. We'll take that. Actually, that makes it perfect for us to test with the A3 combined. So now she's going to get Shatter, alright? And Siegfried did have Shatter because of his Relic, but also she's got the Cat's Gaze, so it kind of balances out. So now we've got Shatter and increased crit rate. Let's see, boys. So we were doing about 110 last time. How much are we hitting for now? 169, 137, 139. I'd seen, that's the only numbers I'd seen. 169, 139, 137. So probably about 140, 150-ish is pretty average. 32, yeah, so that 32, 33 area seems pretty fair. See how the game like kind of freezes? It's weird. Kind of weird how our A1 like freezes the game like that. It's not like game breaker or nothing. It just slows things down. Let's see. I mean, I can't say I'm disappointed with the damage right now. It's not as good as Siegfried's, but I mean, the A1, it's not a double hitter, but the first hit hits just as hard as Siegfried's was, so that's pretty nice. So it seems like the A1 hits pretty decently. Siegfried's A1 is not fully booked, though, to be fair, but his build's much better. Her A1 in her second form, I mean, 100k is pretty damn nice. That's pretty close to Siegfried. Siegfried's about 120 for a double hitter. Hers is about 100 for a triple hitter, so a little bit less. But I mean, if we swap the gear, it might be pretty comparable. All right, let's get another test with the Shatter buff. Shaboom. Let's see how much we're hitting for with this. 99, 118, so a lot less that time. Interesting. I wonder why it was like a lot less. Let's test that one more time, because the first time we put Shatter up, it was about at 140. Let's see why. So why did it get so much lower there? Was that just a little bad set of RNG? Let's do it again. I'm expecting to see about 140 here. Let's see what we got here. 101, 131, 138. Okay, so yeah, 138 was the highest I think I'd seen there. Maybe you can rewind the video and take a look again, but I'd seen 130 all the way down to 101, so somewhere between maybe 110, 115. Let's see if we can test her A2 again without the Shatter, because her A2 was seeming to hit for about 100k without Shatter. So Shatter wasn't making a super big difference, it seems like. Gonna hit for about 100k here. 96, 113, 136. Okay, so, I mean, Shatter's not making a huge difference. We'll see that A1 with the Shatter, actually. We haven't tested that. 38, okay. That's pretty nice. See if we can get another hit with it. Boom. 26. That's weird, but the Shatter did a lot less. Interesting. Shatter doesn't seem to make a huge difference. Let's test this one more time. One more time, boys. 145, 94. Big variation. Close to like maybe like 120 for that AoE. 120 for the AoE. That's not too bad. Alright, guys. Now let's throw her in with some dead allies. That is going to increase her damage. Although we might have to fight higher content to get these guys to die. Let's see. So I just want to see how hard she hits with the allies dead, man. Come on. No, she's gonna kill a wave. No. How are these Elenaros so slow, dude? No. Oh no. Oh no, dude. She's freaking kill them all. And these ads to die. Well, I guess we don't have to edit this part out. We tested her with Siegfried against Siegfried at lower level content. Let's go to some higher level content now, because I cannot get her ads to freaking die, dude. I even swapped forms so she wouldn't just blow them all away with her A1. Let's just go to hard. Let's just do like floor. Let's see what the A1's hitting for up here, higher level stuff. A lot less, because the enemies have a lot more defense, right? Alright, do we get our little form swap? Do we get an instant turn or no? We do get an instant turn, that's very nice. Either that or we're just faster. No, we do get an instant turn. Yeah. Okay, now that all of her buddies are dead, we're going to get an additional 60% damage, as well as start getting some turn meter fills. So now we're talking. Let's see. They resist all the... Oh, that's because they have a higher attack than her, because it's freaking Doom Tower. Let's see. I mean, 88, 44, we're not, like, amazing. We're not amazing. 30k, still in the A1. That was nice, because they have a lot higher max HP, so she cooked right there. Although he just one-taps me. Let's see, let's get another test of that. I want to see what it does without the Shatter buff. In fact, I do want to try it again with Shatter, actually. Because I didn't really get a good visual of it the first time. Killed a gang. Gang's dead. Transform. Give me Shatter. Alright, let's see. What are we hitting for? 92, 30. Was that 30? I think I seen 100k as well. I don't think that... No, that wouldn't have been a 30, because he's missing a lot of HP. The A1's still hitting decent, although a lot of variation, though. And then because that second hit's enemy max HP, it's chunking. Or not the second hit, but like the after effect if she actually kills. She's chunking because it's enemy max HP. She actually has to get the kill to activate that, though. So not a lot of damage. Okay, so now let's just do it without the Shatter. 49, 50. Okay, so the Shatter helps a lot more at higher levels. This is PvE content, though, not arena. Let's see. We do this again. Shaboom. 57, 138. So a lot of variation, man. 18k, 110. That's all. Again, enemy max HP, though. Like, I like how we're just standing there. Okay, interesting. It's so much variation, it's hard to really give you guys, like, some concrete info. But you guys are seeing the same numbers I'm seeing. So do your best to come up with your own assumptions. There you go. That's the A1 with the Shatter. That is smacking. 20k on the last hit's a little low. That's freaking good, though. I'm just curious how good Siegfried would do up this high. I'm just very curious. Siegfried doesn't need dead allies. How good is he going to do? Siegfried should actually do pretty damn good because he's ignoring all the freaking defense. So, let's see what the A1 goes from 120k to 46k. So, a big hit. So, you know, Kurosa didn't look amazing, but I mean, look what Siegfried's taking a huge damage drop on the A1. Went from 120k to, you know, that was 26k. That was like 46k. Activates the passive there. Let's see the A2. 34k, 41k, 66k. So actually, I mean, with dead allies, she's hitting harder than he was. And then A3, that's where he's gonna win. Yeah, still 309, still 500k, 600k. Okay, so the A3 is the big deal with this boy. But I mean, her A2 and A1 were hitting harder. It seems like, at least with the shatter they were. Maybe without the shatter they weren't hitting as hard. That was with dead allies as well, though. I'm curious. Sorry gets the kill. Let's test that A2 again versus his A2 without any dead allies. 110k. That was a lot better, though. That was a lot better for his A2. I'm not gonna lie. That was like 110k. That's pretty damn good. 375, 500,000, 700,000. It's always ridiculous with that one. A1. About 40k on that. On the double hitter. 40k total. So A1 definitely taking a big hit. Her A1 actually seems to be better in the second form than his. At least that's what it looks like right now. Arena's going to be the real test, though, right? Because the amount of ignore defense they have is not comparable, right? So even 71k, 40k, okay. So it's not like a 100% fair comparison, but actually, to me, it's looking like the A2s are pretty similar, right? That is with dead allies, though. We're going to test her without dead allies. But A2s, they also have the same aura, right? Yeah, same aura, so that's fine. Let's test her without dead allies now. I'm very curious. The A2s seem similar, though. Let's see. Without shatter, what's the A2 hitting? Not really. I guess we can test the A1 as well. A2? 27k, 25k, 43k. Okay, so Seagram's was hitting a lot harder. But again, that is without the shatter. Counterattack, perfect. Counterattacks do less damage, though, so actually not a fair comparison. Counterattacks just naturally do less damage. We're going to die right there. Okay, so with the dead allies, she was comparable to Seagram for sure. Without the dead allies, it's looking like a whole different game. Let's see, just test the A1. What are we hitting for? 8k, 8k, 12k, okay. That was about 9k, 9k, 12k, because those 8s were pretty high. Interesting. I mean, some of his were also hitting for only like 40k. So that would have been like 28k. So yeah, a lot less. Definitely a lot less. And let's test it with the shatter as well. Let's get some shatter on her. So this is like your whole team still alive in PvP, but you want to swap and go for the nuke. Shatter. I mean, I still wouldn't use the shatter in PvP though. 62k, 22. That was a 22k. Geez, 50s. I've seen 60s, 50s, 20s. So big variation. And there's the A1. It is a counterattack, but that's a little bit closer to sequence. So the shatter. I mean, the shatter buff definitely helps. Definitely helps. Let's do a shatter A1 now. Well, that's not a counterattack, because again, counterattacks just do less damage. Let's see. Shatter me. Give me some shatter. I gotta say though, when comparing it to Seagrin, I'm actually pretty happy with her damage. Especially when she's got a lot less attack, man. Like, there's still a couple things I need to get lucky with as far as gear goes to fix her build. Okay, I mean, Seagrin's... No, his shine is that A3 though. She does not come close to the A3, but as far as A1s and A2s, I think it's... I mean, they're pretty similar-ish. I mean, considering his build's a lot better, seems pretty decent. Okay, let's test her in some arena, boys. Let's test her in some freaking arena. Not live arena, because that is closed right now. Arena is what we really care about. Alright, let's see. Can we fight? Let's go with these three. Let's just see. I'm just doing some damage testing, okay? So let's see. Give me increased attack. Alright. Give me a little boosty boost. Alright, buddy. A1. What you got? 62. And that's a double hitter. So that boy would be dead. Turn me to boost. Lamasu. And let's see this. Let's go times 1 speed. What are we hitting? We got an extra turn as well. 117, 240, 185. That's a nuke. That's a... Broke the stone's gonna Fabian too. So 117 to 240. Okay, so... What's the average? About 180? About that second hit? Or the hit on the Marnes? About 180, 185? Okay. So, I mean, about 180 there. About 120 on the A1. Okay. 120 A1, 180 on the AoE. Let's throw in her. Alright. Keep her in our first form to start. It's gonna be hard to get, like, dead allies with her. That's something that's kind of hard to make happen. I could give it a whirl, though. Probably not against this team. I need, like, a nuker team to give me dead allies. Which kind of sucks, because it won't make our test 100% consistent. Alright, A1. Can we even get some kills with this? 66, 60, yeah, like 66 the whole way through, I think. I like that a lot, actually. So she could pump out damage in that support form. Man, it'd be really nice if she had like a counterattack buff on her kit or something. That'd be awesome. Because that A1's pretty solid. Okay, so we'll end it right now. We lost increased attack. Okay. So yeah, it's like Secret's first hit of his A1, but it's not a double hitter. Instead, it's an AoE. So I mean, I do like that. That is a nice A1. It is a nice A1. This guy's taking all my tokens, dude. It's taking all my tokens. Alright, boys. Let's see. Boom. Alright, give me this. We're going to swap forms. Now, see, like, I'm going to lose increased attack if I use this, so I don't think this is worth using, and I'll probably get wanted. There's an Armand and a Fabian on the team. So, actually, we're probably not even going to test it with this, to be honest with you, just because we're going to lose the increased attack. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think you want to... I mean, I always bring Arbiter into Arena. If she gets banned in Live Arena, then it is what it is. At that point, maybe I risk it for this, but I think having a 50% increased attack is worth more than 15% ignore defense, in my opinion. Just, let's go with A2. A2, what do we got for me? 171, 87, 92, and she has a chance to steal a stone skin. That's pretty damn good. I mean, considering that steals all buffs, like, you're not putting on anything that's going to save you from that. What was that? 171 was the highest to hit? That's pretty damn nice. And then I think we had like an 80. Was there an 80 in there? I think there might have been an 80k hit. I might be wrong about that, though. Let's see. We did lose our increased attack and all that shit. I want to test that again. I got tokens, man. I got tokens. And that is nice. I mean, the only thing that's saving you is protected buffs or passives. Or, I mean, having enough health, obviously, too, right? So, actually, I'm pretty pleasantly surprised, actually. I kind of wasn't expecting her to hit this hard, guys. I kind of thought this was going to be a little flop a little bit, but actually, she's kind of impressing me a little bit. Let's see, again. Let's see. Okay, so we'd seen 171 last time. What are we going to see this time? 128, 90, 127. Okay, so we didn't hit that 171... that crazy super high damage again, but I mean 90 to 128, still not bad. It's still gonna kill most people you come across in the arena. This is with no dead allies either, as well. So I mean, if somehow she's last alive, if you play your cards right, she's nuking them. I feel like. Let's see. Let's test that A1 as well. I'm curious how that A1 does. So again, Sequence was a 120,000 damage A1, two hitters of 60k, roughly. How much will hers hit for? Let's go. I think we went to Odin with Secret. Let's do Odin here. 38, 40. I mean, again, if it's a 40, 40, 40, that's the same as a Sequence. Pretty much. So 38 plus 40, I mean, average it with 39. That's about Sequence A1. And then you get the enemy max HP hit at the end. Okay. Pleasantly surprised, man, considering the builds are not very similar. You know, that's a Stone Skin lethal build versus a 9-piece Merciless build. Secret's got a lot. And Secret is 6-star, man. Secret is 6-star. So actually, gotta say I'm impressed a little bit. I'm kind of impressed. It seems like the reviews do not like her, but I mean, as far as just damage testing goes, I like her. I like her a lot. I do like the damage she's doing. I gotta test her in Live Arena. People are a lot better built in Live Arena, so we'll have to do some Live Arena testing for sure. Can't do that in this video. Live Arena's not open. But maybe if you join me on the stream on Monday, maybe we'll test her out on the stream, see what she's capable of in Live Arena. But so far I'm not disappointed. Oh, here might be a decent team to fight. Okay, so here's a team we could maybe fight to try and have her be like the last one. Let's just run her with a bunch of Squish Lords. They have Loki. I don't want Loki to strip us. I don't want Loki to strip us though. Let's see. She is getting the increased attack aura actually, so maybe not the best, most accurate test, and it is a whole different team as well. But for now, we'll just increase attack her, I guess. I don't want to do no A1 or nothing like that. Can we just kill my homies? There you go, buddy. And is that going to instantly swap me and give me a turn? I believe it is, right? Okay, nice. Increase attack. Secret will kill us here, unfortunately. I guess we could just risk it and fear him. I guess this is a case where maybe he probably doesn't have a wand because he's a lower level player. Actually, no. Well, I mean, we all did get a free wand, though. Maybe there's a wand on the Secret. But, I mean, here I probably would open with this A3 just because Secret's gonna get his passive. So I might as well try and fear him and hopefully just get lucky that he doesn't one-shot me. But then I guess, you know, I don't know. Because this could steal the block damage, but I also got to use it to nuke the team. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe we do just go with this. No, I think we got to do the fear. But yeah, at least we have increased attack the whole time as well. And then let's see what we got here. 187, 261. Okay, damn. I didn't see what we hit Loki for. It looks like he actually just dodged it. I mean, whoa, that was pretty damn nice. Was it what did I say, 197 and 261? Okay, I'll block active skills, you little shit. I think we're probably dead to the Siegfried, but let's see. God damn, I mean, 60k, holy shit. Siegfried's gonna swap and revive the team. Look at the weird pause, look at the weird pause. She's got some sort of bug. Actually, I probably could win this battle, honestly. Well, maybe not, actually. Say, if she could just strip the block damage, but she did get locked out by Loki. Let's see. I'm just kind of curious, man. I mean, oh, even though they've got block damage, we still get Turn Meter, which is nice. So we're actually about to go again. Hold up. This is actually juicy. Oh, no, we're dead here. Haha, almost. I was like, almost, man. With that Turn Meter, we almost got in front. That's cool, man. I mean, damn, I want to try that again. Let's try that again. That A2 was nice. I mean, it's going to be hard to pull it off, though. When are you going to be the last alive? Not often. When it happens, it's probably a GG. That was with increased attack as well. When it happens, I'd imagine it's a GG unless you're fighting like a Nice or something who can change forms and all that juicy stuff. I mean, it just, I don't know. She does actually survive a good bit as well. I guess those are level 1 mobs, though. Or allies, I mean. Okay. Again, we'll go to Shattered. I mean, I think we had a 261 last time. Kind of curious about this. 282. Oh my god, 111. I've seen a 282 and a 111. I keep missing it on these right guys. So I think 161, or like it was like 261, 170, and then 282, 111. So I mean anywhere from over 100k, and it seems like that 111 was a little bit low, but all the way up to almost 300, like 280, 280 to 111. So maybe an average is like a smooth 200, maybe a smooth 200k is about average-ish. But not bad though, man, not bad. Give this guy that win. I like that. I like that. What can Siegfried do against this team solo, by the way? Let's just see. I mean, let's just see. What can Siegfried do? He's got the increased attack aura. A2 probably just deletes. 75. Not nearly as much, yeah. I only seen the 75. We weak hit the Adolin. Didn't even kill the Loki. Not nearly as much. Try again. No weak hits? Okay, I can't really test it if it's a weak hit, man. So, I mean, a lot less. Wow. Kurosa definitely surprised me a little bit. We'll do another test with Secret just to be consistent. This might be a long-ass video. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, don't start on auto. Oopsie. Oh, no, don't auto. Okay. So, Loki survived it last time, which is surprising. 110, 83. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, a lot less. When she's got no dead allies, I think it's a little bit more comparable. When she's got dead allies, though, it's a smack and a half. Not to mention, Siegfried's got no way to get around buffs. No way, other than just smacking with the A3 and ignoring, like, everything, you know what I mean? But block damage unkillable, he ain't doing nothing to that. Kurosa can remove that. Kurosa's like, I'm gonna steal that shit, boy. That's my block damage, my unkillable. So actually, I mean, even though in the beginning, I pointed out the glaring issues with her kit, her damage seems to be good. Now, what worries me is how do I get myself in those situations? How do I get myself where all my allies are dead? I use a very tanky team in Live Arena, so maybe it's just a me problem. Right? I use Siegfried Galathir, so they're going to survive more than she does. But actually, she still seems to be viable in that second form, even with her allies still alive. And I think she's a decent support in her first form, not amazing. Also, you cannot lock out her damage form. Her damage form cannot be locked out because she just swaps into it. Does also make her a little bit weaker against Marius, though. And Marius is the meta, because she's got to swap due to her damage. But again, I mean, it's kind of like a trade-off, right? A little bit better against Lockout, if you want her to be your damage dealer, but a little bit worse against Marius. And if Marius lands on Feeble, I guess if Marius only lands on one turn in Feeble, you could just risk it with the Shatter. You could risk it, because you do get an extra turn when you do the Shatter. Is it a one turn in Feeble on his A1? For one turn. It can be extended through Masteries. In that case, you are screwed. But you swap forms. If he smacks with the A1 and doesn't kill you, which actually, if you're in Stone Skin, he won't kill you. So yeah, you could. I guess if you're in Stone Skin, he won't land in Feeble anyway. But somehow, if he doesn't kill you and he lands in Feeble, you could just risk it with this, right? Because you get an extra turn and Feeble falls off. Now you won't weak hit. So that is pretty nice. Again, you are risking being wanded, but you could do it though. You could do it. You've got options, all right? You're playing the RNG game, but I mean, when are you not playing the RNG game, right? So, guys, I don't know. These reviews I think are a little harsh, man. We'll have to test her out in live arena, man. I definitely have to test her out. She's a little slow. For my account, what's her base? Her base speed's 105. Secret's is 110. Holy shit. Secret has a good base speed. God damn. Didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to do some testing in live arena, guys. Let me know what you think down below, though. I gotta say, I'm pleasantly surprised. When we used her on stream the other day with just a quick put-together build, she was doing absolutely ass. But it seems like with actually like an okay build on her, not even like an insane build, just an okay build, she seems to be doing decent. I'm actually pretty happy. I didn't think the review was gonna go this well. Probably as far as mythicals go, she's maybe somewhere in the middle, maybe a little higher than that. Like if middle was C, maybe she's like a B, right? I don't think any mythicals are like C tier. I think all mythicals are probably B's, A's, and S's. But if we're saying that the worst mythical is an F tier, then she probably falls somewhere in the B, maybe higher B tier. I think she's pretty solid. For me, I think it was worth going for her. I definitely prefer her over a Garrel or a Mezimel or that shitty dwarf guy or a Fralny. There was a lot of champions worse than her that I would not have wanted to pull, so going for the 10x on her, I don't regret it, guys. I do not regret it at all. And once we get these fucking gloves fixed, man, once we get these fucking gloves fixed, she's gonna get hit harder. And then if we can get a better ring too, man, that'd be very, very nice. Or if I can even just get a crit damage amulet and stone skin, then we can just put any old attack ring on her, right? But a crazy attack ring incoming. Hold on. What? I got something. No, I don't. I mean, we can. Oh, that's 5 star. This one, maybe. Maybe if after I roll that, it's amazing. Or how about this? I mean, I do want her to have counterattacks, actually, because the A1's pretty nice, but no attack, though. Oh, there you go. I'm a Blood Shield ring can be okay. Merciless ring. Oh, we got a Merciless ring. We could throw her in this. Little Merciless ring action. This will give her 10% more attack, too. So, actually, if we can get a crit damage amulet, that'd be huge, actually. In fact, I think Carnage has one, but I don't think I want to take his. Yeah, Carnage has one. But that's a perfect Carnage amulet. I can't take that from Carnage, guys. I can't do that. He's too nice of a guy. We could just rework something like this. Is that worth it to just rework that? I feel like that's crazy to do, huh? Is that a little insane? I mean, if it turns into a crit damage amulet, I'm jumping for joy. How's this roll? Let's see how this rolls. I could completely ruin this. Oh, accuracy. Oh man, that's decent. Do I have another HP one? Do I do have another HP one. Guys, fuck it, dude. For the video, crit damage. No way. Oh my god, boys. Alright, well, I just smacked the fuck out of my, mouse. I'm sorry, mouse. Oh, test the Ascension. We gotta test the Ascension. Oh my god. Oh my god, what the fuck? Hold on, boys. We can actually make her build a lot better. This one actually has attack on it, too, so we can glyph it. Okay, no crit damage. We'll have to rework that, and I'll have to find 4% crit rate somewhere as well. So I'll have to squeeze a little bit of crit rate out of somewhere, probably on the helmet or on the shield. So she might lose some crit damage, but she needs the attack more. But we'll actually be able to put her in a proper ring. We'll give her this Merciless ring. This will give her a lot more attack. Double rolls attack, too. Oh, my God. Attack? Oh, my God. Alright, guys. I should have done this before the video, dude, but I didn't think about it till now. I put this build together for the other day. I didn't even think about Chaos Oring a freaking amulet. Wow. That's funny, dude. Oh, it's so funny. She's going to be in a lot better of a build. Because right there, we're already going to gain 53 attack. But alright, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you pulled Kurosa, man, I hope you enjoy her. I think she's pretty solid. The damage actually impressed me when I thought it would. Like I said, I think she was designed as a boss before she was made into a champion. I think there's some issues with her kit, and they're probably not going to change it if she's good enough. If she underperforms in the game, then they might buff her. They might rework her kit a little bit. But if she performs well, she's probably not going to get a change or a rework or nothing like that. So she might just always be like this, and you'll just have to recognize that there are some flaws with her kit. You have to be very careful how you use her skills. Alright, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.